This is a test. Okay, so it works. I'm at a JOLT EV charging station at Martin's, and it's 197 volts AC, and it's powered up using the charger I got. It ranges from 100 to 240 volts, and it's going into the battery. So I don't have any meter since it's a 240 hookup. I don't have a meter that tells me how many amps it's putting in, but I tried it at home. It wanted to put about 1.5 amps into the battery, and right now it's I don't know what it's putting in, honestly. So I'll just let it go for a while and keep an eye on everything. Right here at the JOLT EV station. So all that worrying for nothing. So yeah, it does work. At least the power's on and the charger light is on. So all that's working good. So I used the JOLT app. I loaded my card on there, credit card. So it'll charge that card. I think it used to be free, but I'll see. But it's $2 plus I forget what it was. It wasn't very much. So it ended up probably being about $2 or $3 to charge. We'll see. And can I just warn one more time? I used the adapter that you've seen before if you've seen my video, the last video. That's the J1772 adapter that plugs into the EV stations, level 2. And this is like a 120 outlet, but it passes the full charge of the EV station through there. So do not plug any 120 device into that. Don't plug a phone charger, don't plug anything. It's got to be a device charger that is up to 240 volts, 100 through 240 volts. Do not use anything else. Don't use your standard charger that came with this if it's not a 100 to 240 volt. So, because it'll burn it up. Okay, just got back, and successful charge on the battery. Used this charger here. It's pretty much identical, seems, to the other one as far as the output of what it's doing. And I checked the voltage, and I just turned it off. But it was at 54.5, just hovering just under 54.6. I attempted to recharge using both the chargers, alternating, and they both had green lights. They would not charge anymore, so that's a full charge. So I'm satisfied with that. And I just checked my account on the JOLT, and I thought it was a pay EV station, but evidently it's a free one under 7,000 kilowatt. So I've only used, I think, 148 watts today. So 148 out of 1,000, so 1,000 being a kilowatt. So not bad. 2 hours, well, 90 minutes. Just over 90 minutes, 95 minutes. And that would have been about the same time as the house charge, as the regular plugs there. Okay. What else can I say about this? I'm satisfied. I was really wondering whether or not it would turn the EV station on, and whether or not it would actually power the chargers. The charger, not chargers, because you can't use a 120 volt. You got to use a 240 volt. Now, when I first plugged it up, I was expecting 240 or close to that, but it was actually putting 197 volts out. So I don't know if whether it determined looked at this somehow, or the battery, or just what, but about 197 volts actually was being pushed out. So that may be just that particular EV station. So in a backup situation, yeah. Now I'm going to try the other ones that I've found and researched. I want to go to Big Pool up here by the rail trail parking lot. There's one there. It's operated by Potomac Edison, First Energy. And there's another one down by Point of Rocks when I'm ever down that way again. And I mean, there's lots of them around. But those are the two that I would have probably picked along the way where there wasn't an outlet. Now, there is an outlet at Fort Frederick, but it's off right now. So actually, if the one up there at the rail trail at Big Pool works, that'd be ideal too. So, but then when Fort Frederick comes back on here about May, late April maybe, then that outlet will be turned back on. So anyways, I'm blabbing here, and I'm satisfied. Well, here's the J1772 adapter once again. The EV stations that are level 2, this is what they use. And this particular adapter I bought has this 20 amp. It looks like a 120 output, but it's not. It's going to pass the EV station charge of 240 or whatever it is all the way through this. So that is not going to be 120 volts. That's going to be 240 or 200 or whatever the EV station puts out, which is around 240 usually. But today it happened to be just under 200, which would all definitely burn up any kind of 120 device. So, but I just wanted to show you again. And this particular one, I like it. It has a emergency stop button. The power, when I plugged it in, I hooked everything up before I actually told the app to start charging. It's automatically sent the power through. This is an automatic stop, but it also had the voltage in here. So, but anyways, that's that. And once again, this is the generic charger that I found that was compatible on the surface and so far functionally with my stock charger. The only difference is I had to find one that went up to 240 volts. This goes from 100 up to 240 volts. And I would have liked to find a 3-prong outlet plug, but it only had, I can only find 2 that had these specs so far. So I'll keep on looking, but I really looked and looked and looked. I could not find anything. I really wanted one with a ground plug, a 3-prong, but this one did functionally well. You would just want to make sure you don't get anything wet. Don't operate this in the rain or in damp areas, so it has to be dry. And this is the connector for my current e-bike. This is the barrel plug. It's a 2.1 millimeter in the center. It's a 5.5 millimeter by 2.1. But that's my e-bike, the one here. That's in that hole right there. All right, until the next test. See you on the trail.